Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So this morning, the main catalyst was the non-farm payroll report, and so far we've seen two-sided activity following the report. Heading into the open, keep an eye on the 52 half high volume node, and then the 48 to 50 area is going to be initial support. And as long as ES is holding above 52 half, above 54 quarter, it tells us that the buy side is dominant on the smaller time frames. On the upside, we would have to see a breakout above 58 to 60 half in order to confirm the buyers in control. And if we can get that, then from there we can step by step go higher. The 62.75 to 64.75 is not a major area of resistance. The next larger time frame zone is at 66.75 to 68.75 and then 70.75 to 72.75. So we're going to keep an eye on the initial resistance zone, on the initial support zone, how the market responds to those two areas, and the 52 half HVN is going to help set the intraday bias. On the downside, if we break below 48 to 50, then it marks a failed breakout attempt off the NFP number, and from there, sell side can take over on the smaller time frames, and we can revisit 40 half to 43, 35.75 to 37 quarter, and 31 half to 33 half. So on the downside, we'll have to be cautious at 40 half to 43 if we are seeing excess weakness and trend down type internals and momentum, then we have to be careful at the earlier zones because the market could quite easily tag the bottom edge of the balance at 35.75 to 37 quarter and 31 half to 33 half. And then from there, we'll just have to see how weak things are. On the upside, similar situation. If we break out above 58 to 60 half, and we are doing so on broad market strength, the other markets really participating and sustained upside momentum, then we already know that buyers are dominant on the smaller time frame, so we don't really have to see much of a response at the earlier zone like the 62.75 to 64.75, and the real target on the upside then would be all the way up at 70.75 to 72.75. So if we do get that sustained breakout with the other markets really participating, and NQ at that point will likely be making fresh highs on the year, then it's a confirmation that buyers are dominant and you don't want to be overly active on the short side. But right now, the market is still technically stuck within that recent several day balance, and we haven't had a sustained breakout or a sustained breakdown just yet. So off the open, we're just going to have to watch and see which way the momentum is leaning and which zones we're able to take out. Keep an eye on 52 half HVN. If we're holding above that, it'll just serve as at least a bit of a tell that the buyers are being more dominant. Keep an eye on NASDAQ. It's at more important resistance, and if it fails to make a new high today, then it's unlikely that ES will go significantly higher. So right now, the market is still stuck within that range, within that balance, but we probably will get a break to either side today. And if we're holding initial support, holding 52 half, then we're going to favor the buy side. And if we fail at initial support, then we're going to favor short setups, targeting a move down into 35.75 to 37 quarter and potentially 31 half to 33 half. So those are our main ideas heading into the open. Let's see how ES responds to 52.50 and initial support, and we'll take it from there.